Hello, in today's video we're talking about Doctor Who's 13th season. This is the Tom Baker's second season as the Doctor in the role as the 4th Doctor. So let's start with Terror of the Zygons, an amazing, fantastic story. Unfortunately, this is Harry's final story in Doctor Who. He never came back. It's a bit shame that Ian Mock didn't come back as Harry Sullivan in the role. It would have been nice to see him come back for the 20th anniversary. Perhaps. You never know. Maybe he might come back in the 100th anniversary. Who knows? But I would like to see him come back though. He was a very good companion, in my opinion. The Zygons. Yeah, they're a very cool race. This is their only story in the classic era until they came back for Day of the Doctor. But we'll get to that when we get to the War Doctor. Yeah, so Terror of the Autons is Terror of the Zygons, sorry, is a very, very good story. I really thoroughly enjoyed it. So next up, Planet of Evil. I don't know about this one. It's not different, but it's different. Something new. But the Doctor and Sarah on this planet of evil, of course. What do you think it's called? Planet of Power? No. Planet of Evil. It's an okay story. I didn't find it that brilliant the first time I saw it. But yeah, I think it's okay. Not great, not brilliant, but not in a lot of ways. It was alright, it was just okay. Next up, Pyramids of Mars, my favourite of season 13. I think Sutekh is a brilliant villain. I think he's one of the greatest villains of the classic series, even the series, for the whole series, along with the Cybermen and the Daleks. I think he's one of the greatest villains ever created. And I like the fact that he's based on mummies. I like the mummy robots. I like all the aspects. I have it on DVD and I've rewatched it tons and tons and tons of times. And Tom Baker's performance in this story is absolutely brilliant. He gives it his all, and he shows off what amazing Doctor he can be. So next up, the android invasion. I don't know about this one. It's okay. It's not brilliant. I like the fact that Sarah turns into, well, I say they make a copy of Sarah into an android, and I like the fact that the Doctor knows it's not her. It's like he says, you're not the real Sarah. Like, wow, the Doctor knows his companions very well. So yeah, all I can say about the androids invasion is it's okay. It's not great, but the androids look a bit cool. Look cool. Next up, the Brain of Morbius. I actually quite like the Brain of Morbius. I think Morbius himself, the monster, I think he's okay. It's based on Mary Shelley's Frankenstein with the whole professor and monster, and the Doctor just gets slipping as Van Helsing type character, which I kind of like that aspect of it. But the whole story kind of feels a bit iffy at times and doesn't feel like a Doctor Who story. I mean, that's all I can say about it, really. The Brain of Morbius, it's okay. It's not great. It's alright. And finally, for season 13, The Seeds of Doom. Everyone enjoys this one. Me personally, I think it's just too long. 6 episodes is pretty long for a story, which is why I complained about Genesis of the Daleks last season. They've done it here again, but not severely bad this time. Just feel like the story is a bit overdone, and they're using and what I don't like is that they used, and guess what? You'll never know this, but they've got the axons, the big rubber things, back, and they spray paint them green to look like these weed creatures. So in conclusion, season 13 was actually a pretty good story. So join me next time for season 14, when we say goodbye to Sarah Jane and meet a warrior and a robot dog.